Hello everyone, and welcome to our Advance Your Test Automation Skills with Katalon Certifications webinar. I'm very thrilled to see so many eager faces joining us today. So, let me first quickly introduce myself. I am Kalpina Kukreja. I'm the co-host and the speak. I'm the host and the speaker today. I have another co-host with me, which is Sanket. So, we'll be hosting you for today's webinar. So, with around 6 years of experience in the testing domains, I currently serve as a test consultant at Rapid Circle. Additionally, I'm proud to be a Catalan creator and instructor crafting different automation courses which are specially tailored to empower professionals like yourselves. You can find these courses live on the Catalan Academy for your reference and learning. I'm truly excited to share my knowledge and insights with you all today about Katalon certifications, how it can be achieved, what are its benefits, and everything. This was about me. Now, let's quickly get to know about our second speaker for today, Sanket. Sanket, over to you.
So, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm Sanket Uday, an automation engineer at Perficient India, and with over 4.5 years of hand-on experience in Katalon, Salesforce, and Selenium automation testing, I have understood the. I've worked on multiple platforms and gaining valuable insights along the way. I'm proud to say that I'm a triple certified expert in Katalon as well as in Salesforce, with also additional certifications in SLQ and Copado. And along with this, I'm also a Katalon creator. And in the past, we have organized multiple webinars and seminars just like this. So let's begin with today's session. Now, let's take a quick look at how can we, what do we have in store for you? So I'll give you a moment to go through it. So there are some ground rules which we need to tell you. The very first is you'll be muted during the session. Hence, if you have any questions for our instructions, so please feel free to take that in the Q&A feature. And as you can see, we have added a screenshot. So yeah, you can ask your questions in the Q&A and we'll be happy to answer it. Meanwhile, there are people who will be answering your questions. And yeah, with this, let's start. So before we understand the specifics of the Katalon Certification Program, let's briefly explore the robust suite of solutions offered by Katalon. From Katalon Studio, Runtime Engine, to Test-Ops and Test Cloud, Katalon provides a comprehensive platform for all your testing needs, whether you're a seasoned professional or just getting started. So let's understand one by one. Our very first tool is Katalon Studio. Katalon Studio is the flagship product of Katalon. It is a very powerful and very comprehensive automation solution for both web and mobile applications. Katalon Studio also provides a rich set of features, including a robust scripting interface, object repository, test data management, built-in keywords, and support for various programming languages such as Groovy and Java. Our next is Katalon Runtime Engine. Katalon Runtime Engine is a command line execution engine that allows user to run Katalon Studio test on various platforms, on various environments, including local machines, cloud-based services, and CI/CD pipelines as well. And next we have Katalon Test Cloud. So Katalon Test Cloud is a cloud-based test automation environment that allows user to execute tests on various browsers and operating systems without the actual need of the physical infrastructure. It simplifies testing across different environments, reducing setup time and cost, and integrates seamlessly with CI/CD pipelines as well. And Test Cloud offers access to over 300 real devices for mobile testing, supports parallel test execution, and provides detailed test reports for tracking and incident management as well. And at last, we have Katalon Test-Ops. Katalon Test-Ops is a web-based test orchestration and analytics platform. It allows teams to manage test automation projects, schedule and execute tests, analyze test results, and also collaborate with testing activities. Test-Ops provide features like dashboard, reports, and integrate with popular CI/CD tools for continuous testing workflows. Okay, everyone, now let's understand more about Katalon certification. So, hey Kalpana, would you get us through the details and advantages of getting certified with Katalon?
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for, giving our audience a brief overview of what Katalon platform is and what are the different products which are included in the bundle. So now let's delve into how this certification program can help you grow as the test automation professional. So it's no secret that many users face common challenges when it comes to mastering the Catalan platform effectively. These challenges often manifest in two key issues. The first one is the shallow or long learning curve, where many users find it difficulty with the steep learning curve when attempting to use Catalan platform effectively, whether it is understanding the intricacies of the test automation or navigating the various features and functionalities. The learning process can feel daunting and prolonged. Another common issue faced by users is the absence of solid proof to showcase their automation expertise. So, despite of the proficiency in using the platform, they struggle to provide the tangible evidences of their skills and expertise. So, Catalan certification comes up with the solution to address these challenges. Here is how. The certification program provides a clear guidelines, milestones, and benchmarks to help you get started with the Catalan and use the platform effectively. Whether you are novice looking for building functional skills or a seasoned professional aiming to enhance your expertise, this program offers a structured pathways for growth and development. And by completing the certification program, you not only gain the valuable knowledge and skills, but also earn a solid proof to expertise based onto your real product usage. These certifications serve as a tangible validations of your capabilities, gaining you the credibility and enhancing your professional profiles in the industry. So we have three levels of Catalan certifications available. Very first is this practitioner level. This is the entry level certification which is designed for beginners. So like a few of you mentioned that you are guys are like very new to this Catalan, and maybe you don't know much about it. So for you guys who are just starting with the Catalan, we have this entry level certification. It focuses on to the foundational test automation skills such as creating tests, executing them, and by achieving this practitioner level certificate, you can demonstrate your proficiency in basic testing tasks. The next one that we have is professional level. So moving on to the intermediate level, this certification is aimed at the experienced user who are ready to take their skills to the next level. It covers advanced techniques for optimizing workflows and validates your ability to leverage Catalan's features effectively. Lastly, we have the expert certification, which is the highest level of certification offered by Catalan. This certification is reserved for seasoned professionals with the extensive experience in test automation. It demonstrates the mastery of Catalan platform and proficiency in implementing advanced automation solutions. Now that we have covered different certification levels, let's dive into the overview of the certification program and how it is structured. So, this program offers a unique approach of certification which is tailored to your actual product usage and skill level. This offers a flexible, hands on approach to certification which is designed to help you grow and succeed in your automation journey. Whether you are looking to build foundational skills or demonstrate a mastery, we are here to support you at every step. And unlike any other certification, this is not any examination based program, but an actual program which is based on to your hands on practices. So yeah, so this is based on to actual product usage where it counts your hands-on experience. It matches you with the criteria which is explained into different levels of certifications. This is a self-paced learning where you can check the requirement fulfillment in real time and which allows you to progress at your own pace. These certifications, whether you are just starting or even the very expert and professional, these certification level are for you. You can choose from any level depending on to your skill and experience. And to help you succeed, we offer a range of resources, including courses covering various Katalon functions and supportive community where you can connect with the fellow users and experts alike. This is a dashboard of the auto tracking that we use based on your product usage. So you can see that uh, depending on the different criteria, whatever the percentage or the amount of product usage or the exact hands-on practices you do, they are getting checked across different criterias. And once all those criteria are meet, which means that you gain the practical knowledge as well as you have the understanding of what needs to be done, then only a particular criteria gets checked. And once all the criteria are completed, you get the certifications in your mailbox or into your academy. And this progress is updated at after every 2 days. And current criterias are based on to whatever is the top relevant skills or the demands or the needs of the industry, and we are more likely to change these criteria after 1 or 2 years in order to keep you or relevant with the market skills and the needs, and so that to make sure that you are also upskilling yourself at different times. So now that we have already seen that what is the certification program and how it is configured, many people have might be thinking that what is it exactly useful, and what is actually the benefit of doing it. So it's just not the upskill or the proof of your proficiency, but there are ways that you can develop your personal and the professional growth. I and Sanket would personally like to share our success stories with you, which we have achieved or the growth that we have observed after achieving these certifications. So I'll go first, and you can see that I am a triple certified Catalan. Yeah, I have all the three Catalan certifications already. I'm also a Catalan creator. So you get all these three certificates along with the badges, which you can add to your obviously professional profile and you can flaunt it. But apart from that, there are some personal achievements that I would like to share with you. So, these certifications have significantly boosted my confidence and proficiencies in test automation. Each certification has provided a valuable insights and skills that have helped me excel in my role. It has also deepened my understanding of the other solutions within the Catalan ecosystem, such as the test ops and test cloud. This knowledge has been invaluable in streamlining the testing processes and counts significantly into my skill enhancement. Achieving these certifications has opened new doors of exciting opportunities for me, including becoming a Catalan creator, an instructor, and now a webinar speaker as well. These experiences have connected me with like minded professionals and allowed me to share my expertise. And finally, they have enhanced my professional profile and resumes where I can showcase my expertise in test automation to potential employers and clients. This was on my personal front, but on the professional front, these certificates have translated into tangible wins for me and my team. I have been able to leverage the knowledge and the skills that I have obtained through the certifications to lead the automation project successfully. So I was at the point where nobody in the organization actually knew about the Catalan and how we can actually use it in order to automate the application under test. So I took the charge because I was able to demonstrate my expertise. I could provide the proof, and now I'm leading the entire automation project. I'm leading the testing team as well. Apart from doing that, I have also recommended this program to the other team members, allowing us to upskill together and drive into continuous improvement within the organization. So this was about me, and now I would like to pass the floor to my co-host Sanket, who will be sharing his personal and professional wins.
Hey, hello everyone. So it's time to showcase our collection of badges and certifications from the Katalon Certification Program. Well, think of them as a badges of honor in the world of test automation. And as you can see, we've got a quite an impressive array here. And each batch represents a milestone in our journey to master the Katalon platform. And let me tell you, earning those, earning all these batches wasn't just a walk in a park. It obviously required dedication and maybe just a touch of caffeine. But hey, who doesn't love collecting badges, right? And now, as these badges are definitely a source of pride for us, they also serve a greater purpose. And so, to all of you who are considering embracing on their own certification journey, we say just go for it. Trust us, the feeling of earning those badges is absolutely worth it. And who knows, maybe one day you'll see up here proudly displaying your own collection. So,
Yep.
about my
Thank
personal development, um, I have attended all the notable certifications and recognition within the industry. So with all those certifications, I got a proper recognition into the testing forum, and with the proficiency in Katalon Studio and Test they have eventually helped me to improve my technical skills as well. And I have been implementing all these technical skills in my project and various other things as well, and it has helped me in n number of ways. With this, I am also actively participating in the community engagements by sharing insights through blogging and conducting various offline and online events as well. So, I'm also a blogger at my organization. So, with these, I am able to share knowledge with other fellow colleagues. And I've shared expertise through blogging with over 60 posts covering Katalon, Salesforce, and other automation topics. I've also covered Salesforce automation with Katalon Studio. Um, the one guy who was asking about the Salesforce automation. So you guys can just Google it, Salesforce automation with Katalon Studio, and you can find all the relevant blogs over there as well. And this was about my personal development. And let's begin with the professional growth. So just like everyone, I began my journey with Katalon as a very fresh learner. I had just completed my Selenium, and I started Katalon as a fresh learner. Next, I achieved all the three certifications. I got the privilege to become the Katalon creator, and now I'm contributing actively to the Katalon community. May it be conducting an event, may it be writing a blog, or may it be any other activity. So this was my little journey from right from the starter to getting recognized as a Katalon creator and contributing very actively in the community. With this, I am also leading Katalon automation projects and various other knowledge development as well. And with this, like it indicates that we have taken the lead role in implementing automation using Katalon Studio. And as a leader in Katalon automation, you are likely responsible for overseeing the entire automation process, right from the planning to designing test cases to executing and maintaining them as well. And last but not the least, I took the leadership roles within projects, leading teams to successful product completion and gaining valuable experience at the end. So, yeah, that's it from my end.
Thank you, Sanket. That has been some exceptional achievements. Thank you for sharing it with our audience. Um, Now I'll actually walk you guys through the process to join the certification and how you can actually get started. But just before doing that, I read a question here in the chat. Somebody's asking that why do the certificate expire? So yeah, so usually we have the tenure of 2 years to keep that certificate relevant. But it is very evident. Like if you don't upskill your knowledge becomes obsolete. So current certification is designed with the whatever is the latest industry trends and whatever you need in order to upskill and prove your knowledge. But it is possible that maybe 2 years down the line something new will come up, or maybe the Gen AI is very much in trend right now, and something else would come up which gain the demand. So it is important for the designers to create a program or to create the certificate which becomes relevant at that time as well. So after a certain time, you will have to again retest your knowledge and upskill. So I think that should answer this. But yes, moving on to the process to join and get started. So we have a simple 6-step process which is defined by Katalon. So and all the necessary resources that we have already provided you. So to join the program, you just have to enroll into the academy courses and log in and use the Catalan actually, and you can track the progress. Maybe you guys could take 30 seconds or so to read the steps, and then I can actually walk you through the entire process, and I can like demonstrate you like how you can actually enroll to the certifications. All right, so now I'll actually log into the academy and show you that how you can actually, get your certificates. Yeah. So this is our Catalan Academy. This is academy.catalan.com. You have to just move to this website and log in. I have already logged in, but if you are the new user, you have to sign up here, and you can sign up using your business ID or your personal ID, whatever you are comfortable in. But please remember, whatever ID or the email that you will use to sign up in your Catalan Academy, all your Catalan progress would be tracked against that particular email. So once you're here, you could see the courses where we provide you the learning paths. We have courses designed from different categories depending on your whether you are the beginner or the intermediate or what testing activities you want to perform. And once you just wander or explore here, I'm sure you might come across a few of the courses that I myself have created. Or if you already have seen or come across some of it, please let me know in the chat section. I would definitely love to hear if you have actually gone through of any of the courses. If you don't want a particular course or you are confused at what you want, then we also have curated a learning paths for you for different testing needs, whether it is a UI testing or the API testing, or maybe how you can use actually Gen AI in test automation. So you can also enroll into the learning path, and while you are learning and practicing, you would not know how many criteria that you are actually checking by doing actual hands-on practices. And here in the certification tab, you could see the all the levels of certificate that I already walked you through. And here, when you go to your profile section under certifications, you can see the actual progress of your certificates. uh, each criteria that you meet, it gets checked, which is updated after every 2 days. And when all the certificates are achieved, you can find them under the certification and the badges section. So this is about the exact certificates, how you can get them, and how you can enroll to them. In today's webinar, we will actually demonstrate you to the practitioner level of the certificate and the criteria that are required. So I request Sanket if he can, actually walk us through what is in store for us today and what criteria are we actually going to demonstrate.
So let's come to the very first practitioner level certification. This certification consists of all the basic things that you need to understand of like getting when you're getting started with Katalon Studio. Let's say these are the four things which you need to take care of. The very first is use Katalon Studio to create test cases from scratch and manage them in test cases or test suite collections. So this is the very first and the very basic requirements to get you started with Katalon Studio while you are writing your very first test case. And next is run automated task, run automated tests locally in Katalon Studio. So when you are writing your very first test case, a second task is you just have to execute it locally. And next, let's come a step ahead and see scheduling test execution in cloud environment, test cloud via the Katalon test ops. And the very last is view reports in test ops. So all these four things we need to take care of, and I'm going to give a short demo about the first two things, which is creating a test case and how can we manage them using test suites and test suite collections, and also how can we execute them locally in Katalon Studio. So let's get started. We have some tasks to get this certification. The very first is test case creations. Here we need to give 30 test cases. We need to create 30 test cases. And next is test execution in Katalon Studio. So we need to execute 50 test cases in total to complete the first two steps. Don't worry, if you are new to this, I'll guide you through each step on how can you create your first test case and how can you execute your first test case, right? So without wasting any time, let's jump back to Katalon Studio. This is our Katalon Studio, and to create your very first test case, you have to click on test case, right click on it, click on new, and then click on test case. Here, I can give my test case a name. For now, let's say I'm giving it test case 001. I can add a description for this particular test case, that what this test case is exactly performing. And also, I can also add the relevant tags for this particular test case. For now, I'll keep these two things blank and I'm clicking on OK. Your first test case is ready, and to populate it with some data, I will use Katalon's record web feature. To use this, I simply have to click on it. For those who don't know what record web feature is, with the help of record web feature, I can record my actions. I can take, let's say, I'm giving the URL this and I'm clicking on record button. So as you can see, it has opened the browser, it has navigated to this URL, and whichever actions that I'll perform it over here, it will record all these options. And after a while, after getting all these actions done, I can replay that actions on, let's say, Chrome, or let's say Firefox I want to run it on. So for now, let's create a very first test case. I'll click on make appointment button. This is the login page for the applications. So I'll give the username, which is Shorten, and this is not the password. And I'll click on login. This is my make appointment page, and have a look on the right side. The things which we are performing, it is recording the same things. Set text, it has recorded the set text. Set encrypted text, here we are using set encrypted text because we are using a password over here. This was the password field. Hence it has used set encrypted text over here. And next we have clicked on the button login. So it has recorded that as well. Now let's say I want to click on Hong Kong button over here. Next I'll check this particular checkbox and I'll select the second radio button over here. For this I'll give today's date, 4th, and I'll add the comment as demo comment, right? Okay. And for now, before clicking on book appointment button, I need to make sure that the book appointment button is present here or not. So to perform these kind of assertions and validations, I have to right click on it, on that particular button, click on Katalon Studio, and now select any of the options available from here. Let's say I want to verify the element is present or not, or I want to verify that the element is not present on this particular page. But for now, I need to make sure that the element is present. So what I'll do is I'll click on the third option, which is verify element present. And I'll click on now book appointment button. Now, just to make sure that this was the text which I clicked, I'll simply go on Katalon Studio and verify element text. And now I'll click on go to homepage button. With this, we have successfully recorded our few actions, and I'll click on this red icon, which is for the stop. It will close the browser. All the objects have been recorded, all the actions have been recorded, as you can see from here. I'll click on save script, and this is the object repository, and as you can see, these are all the objects which we have, let's say, which we have did some actions on, which we have performed some actions on. So I will click on OK, and all the script has been populated over here. These are nothing but the actions which we performed while recording that particular page. So yes, we are almost done, and this is our first test case. This is our first test case which we have achieved with the help of record web functionality. And let me guide your focus over here as well. Under the object repository, there's a folder called Page Cura Healthcare Service. This page consists of all the objects which we interacted with. So What Katalon Studio does is it will create a page and it will assign all the objects under that page itself, right? So this is our first test case. With this, we have successfully created a very first test case, and like this, on the very similar way, you have to create 30, 29 more test cases. This was the very first test case, and you know how easy it went. And now let's go back to the second, which was test execution in Katalon Studio. For this, we have to run 50 test cases, and let me quickly go back to Katalon Studio. As you can see, there's an icon called play over here. We can simply click on it to run our particular test case. Let's say I want to run this test case 001. I'll simply click on it and it will start running this test case. It is navigating to that page. It will give the credentials over here. Yeah, selecting all the options, verifying, and yes, our first test case got executed successfully, right? Now, let's say I have recorded these steps on my Chrome browser, but I want to run this on my Firefox as well. So what I'll do is, there's a small drop down button over here, and you can see that there's Chrome option, there's Firefox option, there's Internet Explorer, Safari, Edge, and Edge Chromium as well. So let's say I want to run the same test case in my Firefox as well. So I'll click on Firefox, and our Firefox browser should pop up now. Yeah, this is our Firefox browser. It has navigated to that page. It will perform all the actions here as well. Yeah, all the actions have been performed successfully, and there's a green line here which indicates that your test case have been executed successfully without any error. So with this, what we have achieved is we have created a very first test case and we have executed a very first test case as well, right? So what you'll need to do is you have to create 29 more test cases. You can jump on any page and you can record your options, or you can code them as well. And after giving all the test cases, and after having, let's say you have 10 test cases, you can execute them with this key over here, the run button over here. So I hope you guys understood how can we create a very first test case and how can we execute them as well. And I see questions populating over here. How about the demo healthcare website? Do we have access? Oh yes, Kalpana, she already addressed it. So yes, Sudarshan, you guys will have the access to the demo healthcare website. And yes, you can pick any flow and you can consider it as your test case itself. So to cover the next two topics, I would like to call Kalpana. So it's time for the next demonstration of Katalon Test Cloud and Test Ops by our very next creator, Kalpana. So Kalpana, why don't you showcase how these powerful tools can streamline your testing process and elevate your automation game?
Thank you so much, Sanket, for the interesting demo. So now, as Sanket has checked the first two parameters of the practitioner level certificate about how to create a test case and how to you can execute them locally, I will walk you guys through the remaining two parameters, remaining two checks of the practitioner level certificate in this particular demo. So which includes executing your tests and scheduling them via test cloud environments in Katalon Test Ops, and then viewing the reports in Test Ops. So this is the Katalon Test Ops platform, which is nothing but testops.katalon.io. So you just have to go to this particular website, the testops.katalon.io, and then you will be landed to this home page. Here you just have to log in with the same user ID that you have used to sign up on Katalon. So yeah, so Katalon Desktops is a platform to create, plan, manage, execute, and schedule your test cases. This dashboard gives you an overview of your projects, your latest runs, and everything. So here, when you log into this platform, you will see your organization is already here. Then you just have to select your project, the same project that you wish to execute using Katalon Desktops. So here you can see that I have like 3 projects here. So now we'll go and check for the Katalon automation. So once we go there on desktops, yeah, so this is how it shows up. You have to just go into your project. You'll see this dashboard where on the top left corner there would be your project details, that what project has been selected. Then first you will see the dashboard where it will give you an average sum of the total test cases, total defects, what is your last run, what are the execution results. If you have integrated Jira here, then you can also check your release statuses here, and maybe the average graph of the flakiness, the platform coverage, and everything. So this is all sorts of reports that each person needs, or any QA manager or any QA lead, they need to build the report. So all of that has been shown up here on the dashboard. Then you have planning, where you can actually plan for your releases, test to add your test cases, test suites, and whatnot. Then execution, where you can actually execute your test case or you can schedule a test run. And then reports. So as our criteria says that we need to execute the test execution on desktops, but using test cloud. So we will go to this executions. Then in this executions tab, there is an option or a button which says schedule test run. So we'll just go there, and maybe we can name the test run anything. Let's say test cloud execution. I would put test cloud execution. It is the name of my test run. Then you have to select a script repository. So script repository is a place where all your automation scripts are kept. So you can either have it added to your GitHub repository, or you can have it added to the Katalon cloud where all your test cases are already there on the desktops. So for me, I find it easier to have my entire code on GitHub, and it makes working through the teams easier. So I have added the GitHub repository here. Then you have to select the test suite. So in this project, which I have added to my GitHub, I have 3 test suites. So I will select a test suite, let's say the variables in Katalon. So all these test suites are, they contain the test cases which I have created while building my courses. So if you go to the Katalon Academy, you will find these courses there which I have created. This one is for the alert and dialog boxes. These are some basic browser operations for the people who are just starting off with Katalon and they do not know much about the browser operations. And this one is about the variables. So I have selected this particular test suite. Then you have to set up the test environment. Since our condition includes the execution from the test cloud environments, we'll go to the more options. You can find here the test cloud or the local or the Kubernetes and any sort of test environment that you want. Again, this contains the desktop browser and the mobile browser or the operating system, different browser, different versions. Again, there is one more detailed course about the test cloud execution that I have created, and again, it is live on the Academy. So after this webinar, you might really go and want to check that particular course, and that will give you like much detailed idea about what is test cloud and how test cloud executions actually take place. So here we will go with the operating system, let's say Windows, and the Chrome browser. Let's say I want to execute this particular test suite into older version. because my local browser is of newer update, but I want to check that if it still works onto the older version. So I'll just select it and just click on save. So you can see that environment has already been added here. Then there's an option of you either want to execute it right now straight away, or you want to schedule it to be executed at some point in the future or maybe on frequent intervals. So we'll see both the ways. So for now, let's just run this straight away so that a report is generated and I can show you the reports as well. And for the next bit, I will show you how you can actually schedule your test cases or your test runs for to be executed at some particular point at or at an fixed interval or however it pleases you. So let's just click on to run. Yeah. So when we see run, you can see that a new test run has been added to our test executions. So you can see this is the run number 44 and this is being executed at the moment. So while this gets executed, I will show you how to schedule a test run, because this one we just executed it very straight right away. Now let's just schedule it for maybe next week or maybe every week or every month recurring. So we'll again go to schedule test cases, and let's say this is a recurring weekly run maybe. Alright, the script repository will remain the same, and this time let's see and let's try to execute the test suite collection. So I'll just click on the test suite collection. This is the test suite collection that I have created. This collection contains two test suites, right? And the test cloud or the test tops, it gives you an option to select different environments for different suites in your test suite collection. So we'll go into configuring the environments. Here you can see that there are two names of the test suite. Now it is up to you if you want to execute both the test suites onto the same environment, or if you want to, let's say, execute each of the test suite into different environment, right? So let's see, let's select different environments for now. So let's say the first one, I am executing it on, let's say, Android this time, or maybe on Mac OS. Yeah, let's do the Mac OS, and then let's execute it on Safari version 15. So you can see that we are scheduling it on Mac OS Safari 15. And then for this one, we are scheduling it on Android, maybe Android 14, which is, or maybe Android 13, and let's say Android 13 we want to execute it on tablet. So let's see that maybe Galaxy Tab S9 Plus. So we have selected different environments for each of the test suite in this test suite collection, and we would do save. The details would pop up here, and since this is a recurring execution, we will we'll click this toggle on. So it will start from today and maybe end on, let's say, April 15th. And I'll give you it the date and time. Let's say April 15th, it will end. And do we want to repeat it like every 1 hour, every day, every week? So let's just select every week for now. And then we will click on to schedule. So what it will do, it will execute this test run every week until the end date. Right, so this is the weekly run, and these are the test cloud environment, and they will be executed every week. So now you can see that this test cloud execution, which was test run 44, has been done executing. So there were 3 test cases in it, and all 3 of it have been passed. So if you go and check into the details, you will get to know the total number of test cases and how many are passed, failed, warnings, and skipped. And all of that. When you go into the details, you will actually see the details about like what was the duration of the time. So it says the duration was 31 seconds of this test execution. It was 31 seconds, so it got executed into 31 seconds, which were, yeah, pretty fast for the three test cases. And here you can see an option of download, which is the download report. From here you get the couple of options of downloading the report in which format. So let's select PDF for now. Yeah, so you can see that this report has been executed, and this report contains your entire test summary, which at first there are these details of your project, then your test suite, and then the test scripts. So even if a particular script would have been failed, you can click onto a particular script and you can actually see the details of that script. All the logs are mentioned here, stepwise, where you can actually see what step has passed, what step has failed, if there were any variables that were used here, and everything would be added in the logs. You can also see, because if a particular test case is failed, it will also give you a supporting video which you can play and check about what has failed and where the error was, where the bug is. So this particular video can help you identify that, and you can also use it as your supporting document while raising the bugs. But that's how you execute the tests in your test report. Sorry, in your test cloud, and that's how you can schedule the tests in the test cloud. Here in the execution, this recurring run that we executed, this is still being executed right now. Its report is being built, so this will be executed once today, and then after today, every week, this will be executed. There are two sessions. One is done executing, the another one is still in progress for the other test suite which we are running it on the Android, and for one this is done executing. So yep, I hope we gave you a very good head start to start your certification journey for Katalon and give a solid proof to your knowledge. I hope these demonstrations they help you in starting with your test automation and gaining your certificates. I really hope all of you can just go and achieve maybe all the three levels of certificate and then flaunt it on all your professional profiles. All right, so I think yes, that was about the demo. I just have a quick question here. I can see in the Q&A tab about can we schedule the test suites as well, and how does it generate reports in detail? So yes, generating of the report I have already demoed you, but yes, you can schedule test suites, test suite collections depending on to your need. I showed you both the ways where you can schedule it instantly, like very straight away, and also when you can schedule it on your recurring basis. So I think yeah, that should answer this question. Moving
So,
on.
ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let's show our appreciation to Kalpana with a virtual round of applause for her insightful demonstration on Katalon Test Cloud and Test Ops. Great. So, thank you, Kalpana, for showcasing the power of these tools in such a clear and engaging manner. And yeah, you were saying something.
Yep, just moving to the further part of the webinar, because yeah, I think we have covered the demo already. So yep, moving on to the next part. So we have our another Katalon community member, Wu Tran, who would be walking you guys through the further part of the webinar, which is using the tips and tricks, because I could see a lot of you are, posting questions about your license has been expired or the
Yeah.
free trial is expired, and then how you can achieve the certifications. I think Wu is the best person to address that. So, yep, over to you, Wu.
Thank you so much, Kabana and Sanket. It's wonderful to see you guys here. We do have some tips for you guys when you enter certification program. So first, I think I just want to highlight the differences between Kalong's certification program and the course completion when you study on academy. So basically, Katalon certification program here when Cabana and Suncat introduced it actually based on the actual usage of the product. So you use the product and you get, on the action check and you get a certification. That's simple as it is, right? So I think the first tip is because I think most of us here are new to Catalan, so try to utilize the 30-day trial period because in this 30-day trial, you actually entitle on of the enterprise feature free of charge. So you can explore it every day, you can use it. And, according to our data, a lot of our users actually achieve professional and expert certification during this trial period. So 30 days is enough for you to actually achieve this. The second time is we do have a certification. The second thing is we do have a certification material on our Catalan Academy site where you can go in that tab and we filter out all of the courses that we think that's good benefit you in this certification hunting journey. So you actually can study quickly and understand the concept, the interface of the product, and then get certification. And the last part, we do have a community where like 70,000 people, that's a lot of people. And we leverage the engagement of our user. So in this program, we have a community. You can just go into forum.catalan.com where you use the same account you have with Catalan, and then you start interacting with other people just like Sankit and Kapana do every day. They come in, they see the question the user asks and they answer, and then they get some kudo points on our system. And with that kudo point you can exchange to gift cards with the amount from $10 to $50, or you can actually exchange the free license from us, Katalon Studio, Katalon Runtime Engine, and even Katalon Test Cloud with the amount that needed. So basically, we don't need to, if you leverage this program, you don't need to actually pay for the license to have this certification. And I believe that Kavana and Sankit didn't pay a penny to achieve the certification, right? Yeah.
Not at all.
Like on they did is like they engage with other community member, they ask question, they answer the question, and they get a good point. Yeah. So next slide, it actually there's two useful resources that we think that you should check it out. One is our overall picture of the community side. So we have on events that we organize for our community, from answering your technical question, guide you how to get certification, introduce you to the next webinar, and like all of kind of things, so you get up to date on the things that you need. The community forum is where on the discussion happen. So if you have any technical problem, if you even have the problems with certification journey, you can also come there and ask. So we can, where there's a community member, community expert, and us can come in and help you to answer and guide you. So don't worry, we get your back and we will help you as much as we can. Yeah. And next, sure, there's a Q&A. We have a lot of Q&A answering. So I think, we have some Q&A here. Sanket or Kabana, you want to answer the question, do you have XSD for JUnit report can be uploaded in test op page?
Anyways, yeah. So I think, yeah, there are different ways of different options for reporting. It also includes HTML and JUnit as well. So, yep, you can have the JUnit report on desktops as well.
So we also have another question. Will we get certification or participation by attending this webinar or that certification that through course? Sorry. So this webinar is actually we want to, have a more touch base on our user, how you gonna use the product. So the main goal of certification program is actually encourage you to use the product and get familiar with the product. So I think, because we believe that, the best way to learn is to do it. So that's why it's the philosophy behind the certification program. So I think it's quite easy. You can just like create an account and start on the step that we share on our website, and you will get it. Okay, so next one, yes. So it's a community question, correct, Shuhama? So you can come to our forum and ask this question. So I believe that there's some other people will help you. Okay. Uh, Cool. Next question. If the practice certification is finished, then the trial plan is on expire. Is the batch will be gone also. So like Kabana and Sankit share earlier, you guys can back me up, okay? I'm just saying here, but you guys can back me up. So on the certification you guys achieve, you will have the expiry dates on the certification. So you will keep it. You can upload it on your LinkedIn profile. But when like if you need to submit to somewhere else, people can check the expiry date. That's why we just keep it in 2 year time frame, because our product is improving and we're adding new features every quarter, every month. So when you achieve this type of vacation, I think like Kabana shared earlier, you need to really refresh and keep learning to update your knowledge. So that's why, we if you want to achieve the newest certification, you need to change. Yeah.
I guess we have one question from Shriram. Hi, will we be getting 30 test cases from the certification board, or is it our choice to select the test cases? Okay, so I think it's your choice, totally your choice to select the test cases. May it be very basic test cases to get started with, and then you can increase your level. While let's say you have now completed writing 10 test cases. After writing the 10 cases, you can increase your level by there are multiple websites as well on which you can perform your automation task on. And yeah, with this, it's completely your choice to select your test cases.
Yeah, just to add to your point, Sanket, I would recommend either go through our learning path. So our learning path
Mm.
is explicitly curated considering all the modules, starting from the easiest to the most difficult level. It covers all the aspects, including your basic browser functions, to working with the drop downs, to working with the frames, switching windows. So you can actually go through that so that you will be able to set your goal for the next test cases, and maybe and you can start practicing it. So you will be having hands on to a variety of features that you can actually automate, and maybe you can serve both the goals. Your learning is there, you get the proficiency, and as well as you get your certificate as well.
Certification, right? That's a great point.
So you guys just answer the question, is the recording, no. Right. Okay. So the next question I think is about the fee. Is this certification free? Okay. I think Sanket and Kavana, you're the best person to answer this. Is it free?
Yes, the entire
Yeah.
certification is free. Basically, I mean, they don't charge, like Katalon does not charge any particular fees to uh, enroll for the certification program. Like you may have for different certifications, you might have to pay certain amount of examination fee to appear for the exam, and then if you pass the exam, then you get the certificate. But the approach is very, very different here. All you have to do is showcase your automation skills. For that, they offer you a 30-day of free trial where you get access to all the Catalan products, whether it is desktops, runtime engine, or even for the test cloud. So if you can speed up your learning process and complete all the certification in 30 days, well and good. Otherwise, as Wu recommended, you can use the the
Reward
kudos that you
system.
achieved on the forum by interacting on the forum, and then you can use it. But as for the fee, Catalan does not charge a single penny to enroll to
Yeah.
the certification and to award you the certifications.
Thank you, Kapana. Thank you so much. We do have the another question. Um, what are the
Repositories.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
So let
Repositories
me take
supported
this.
by Katalon Studio, which have to store a source code.
Yeah. So I'll answer this one. So Katalon Studio supports integration with several repositories for storing source code. And some of the repositories supported by Katalon Studios include Git, which is one of the most populated version control system. And we can also store it on GitLab. We can also store it on Bitbucket. And personally, the thing which I'm using is Azure DevOps. It is also very widely used throughout the world. And yeah, Catalan Studio provides these many essential features to store our code on.
Thank you, Sanket. So I think we if you have any other questions, you just can come to our forum.catalan.com. So that's the place where you can ask on the question. Can I have the slide of the forum again? Yes. So you guys can just come to this forum, check it out. You can ask any question regarding to how you use the Katalon product or how you want to achieve the Katalon certification program. Is everything's there. So just go to forum.katalon.com and yeah, we will continue the conversation there because I think like the audience here they just so engaging. There's a lot of question. And yeah, we come to the end. Let's connect with our uh, presenter today. We have Kampana and Suncat. Once again, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your journey with certification program. And Kampana and Suncat, like they are and Kalong instructor. So you guys might see their face, hear their voice again on the courses or Kalong Academy. And they are the one who work on the beginner, on the user through the Kalong journey. So once again, thank you everyone. If you have any question, just ask us on the forum and hope you have a nice day.